Hey y'all, my name's Aditya Menon and this is my very first devlog for Forgetful Foodie, a smartphone application that I've been wanting to build for a while. And in true programmer fashion, I thought it best to start this series from zero. So who am I really? Glad you asked. I'm an aspiring software engineer with a bachelor's degree in computer science and engineering and a master's degree in user-centered agile development, which is a lot of words, I know. But like a lot of people in my boat, I am currently looking for full-time roles in the States. So I thought in the meantime, I could go ahead and work on an application that I've been wanting to build for a while, maybe have it published, have a passive income stream, something like that. So this is what brought me to Forgetful Foodie. Forgetful Foodie is a kitchen inventory management solution designed and conceptualized by me and two other graduate students at the University of Michigan back in 2022. It was part of an academic project in which we had to kind of go through the motions of the UX design and research process and come up with an application that solves a certain problem. And in this case, the problem was homeowners or people in charge of food in their household seeing how much household wastage kind of occurs. So during this project, we talked to several homeowners and people basically in charge of running their own home and like cooking their own food, and understood their storage practices, how they kept track of what was in their inventory, what was going bad, what they needed immediately, so on and so forth. And through iterative processes of designing, researching and feedback, we came up with a prototype that we were pretty happy with. We came up with features such as pantry health, storage practice recommendations, receipt scanning for easy inventorying because adding items manually can become tedious, and recipe recommendations based on what you currently have and what's going to go bad if you don't use it immediately. But we left it at that because that's where the requirements of our course ended. By the way, if you want to know more about the design process of how we got to the final prototype, I've linked the case study that is on my website in the description below. Anyways, as a single guy having to cook his own food along with studies and now work, I realized that I needed this app more than ever. And through this constant nagging at the back of my head, I was like, wait a minute, I have time. I can maybe just build it. I also went ahead and asked my friends whether they had a problem like this with the household wastage and trouble keeping track of what's going bad. And I got a resonating yes, which is why I'm really passionate about developing this. Which brings us to now. My vision for this app as of now, and this may change, is an open sourced freemium model where I would have a published version of the app that works right out of the box for a one-time fee or a small subscription, since I plan to host a large language model for certain functionalities and those have recurring fees. And an open source version of the product would be free to download, modify and sideload for everyone preferring to avoid the subscription fee, because trust me, I've been there. With my plans to integrate generative AI into the whole thing, and before you roll your eyes, I tried to think about everything, and I feel like features such as receipt scanning, recipe recommendation and item recognition would be best done with Gen AI. I would be not including this for obvious reasons in the open source offering, but I hope to preserve the wiring so that any programming savvy users could just plug in their own LLM solutions and run their own independent servers or versions. So that's it for this part of the vlog. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how I came to finalize my technical stack and showcase my Trello board with my ideas for the next sprint and what I plan to have working by the time part 2 of the series rolls out, which will technically be the third part because we are on part 0, but you understand what I mean. So until then, stay tuned and double check the back of your refrigerator. Aditya out.